Okay, hey everybody, I'm back with my fourth video of the 21-day reset series. So recapping on the third week that just happened. I'll just get right into it. I don't want to make this video super long because I know the last one was really long. So we'll just start off with, and then this is the video that I'm going to add my before and after photos. And let me tell you, I was shocked. I was not expecting to see that much of a difference just from changing my diet, because I really only got to the gym once or twice a week and that's it. So it was really just all diet, to be honest. So the change is amazing and I'm really happy to see that in the progress photos. Even though the scale didn't it wasn't anything drastic or anything like that, but honestly it was good weight loss at a steady pace. So we'll recap. I started this 21-day reset, so 3 weeks. I started it at 186 pounds and it was 186.3. I just left the point whatever off. And then by the second week I was 183 or 183.6. And then by the end of the third week, no. So I started at 186 and then at the end of the first week, I was 183.6. At the end of the second week, I was wait, I'm messing this up. Oh my God, I'm getting myself confused. I was 181 last week. Yeah, I started off, so after the first week, I went from 186 to 183, and then after the second week, I went from 183 to 181, and then after the third week, I weighed myself and I was 181. So at the end of the second week, I was 181.6. And at the end of the third week, so at that whole end of the 21-day reset, 181, period. So my goal was to be 180 at the end of January, but I hit really close. And I probably would have hit it if I decided Sunday night, me and my boyfriend made chicken nachos, and they weren't horrible, but it was a lot of cheese and I did eat a lot of chips. So the chicken was okay. And I got him to add lettuce. So that was good. But the cheese kind of constipated me, which makes sense because cheese does constipate, especially if it's not a regular thing in your diet. So I was kind of heavier that next morning on my way in. So that's okay. So basically I went from 186 to 181. And again, that first week I only went to the gym twice, and I'm not killing myself on these workouts. I'm going for 1 hour. I'm doing some strength training, some mobility stretching, and 20 minutes of low steady state cardio, and that's it. And then the second week I only got to the gym 1 day. And then the third week I got to the gym 2 times. So I did so again, that's only going to the gym twice a week, if that. So really it was all diet. Didn't drink a lot, which is good. So the third week I did still have a few things that weren't just salad and protein. So I had 2 pieces of chocolate, one was a Hershey's Kiss and one was a little square of this chocolate caffeine thing that they sell in the cafeteria at my job. And then I had 2 yogurt bars. These are frozen yogurt bars. It was a little treat at night. And then I ordered Thai food one night, and I had a coconut vegetable soup, which is not a salad with protein. It did have chicken and it is vegetables, but it's in a coconut base, which can be very heavy, and it's a lot of salt too. So I mean, it's takeout, you know what I'm saying? So even though it's still just vegetables and protein, it's not the healthiest, cleanest thing you could eat, but it's okay. It wasn't the worst either. And then we went out. We went to Gasparilla on Saturday. So my boyfriend, he's from Missouri, and he'd never been to Gasparilla, and I hadn't been to Gasparilla since I was 17. For anybody who doesn't know what Gasparilla is, it's a pirate themed, basically Mardi Gras, but for Tampa Bay. So it's all about the pirate Gaspar who invaded Tampa Bay, blah, blah, blah. Everybody dresses up as a pirate and literally drinks from 9 in the morning to who knows at night, because all the bars are doing pirate stuff and all the clubs are doing, and so everybody just keeps drinking all day and all throughout the parade. And the parade is full of it's obviously floats, and people throwing beads, and people just drinking and having a good time. This year it was really, really cold, which is crazy. It was really cold for Florida, and it was really windy, but we still went. We had a great time. We did drink, so I did drink on Saturday, so that probably also kept my weight the same, drinking the alcohol. And then that night, I didn't plan, I didn't cook, so I had a veggie panini. It was so good. Again, I was like, it's a healthy-ish choice. It was vegetables, and I got chicken in there, some cheese, but it was a sandwich, and then that next night I had the chicken nachos, some more cheese and chips. And so I did kind of like go a little overboard with alcohol and the cheese this third week. So that's probably why my weight kind of stayed the same, but not bad. So basically after 21 days of pretty much every meal being a salad with protein, I went from 186 to 181. So I lost 5 pounds. So that's a good steady weight loss. It's like 1.6 pounds a week or something like that. Not quite 2 pounds a week, but almost 2 pounds a week. And that's I'm very happy with that, to be honest. So 5 pounds in less than a month in 3 weeks is great. And that's like not even attempting to like be consistent in the gym. Like, again, I went like one day, one of those weeks, so imagine. And this is kind of like leading into my next series. I'm going to continue with the vegetable and protein meals and eating this way now that I feel like I have a handle on this. And then this next series is going to be more gym or like more exercise focused, and trying to get to the gym 3 days a week. So it doesn't matter if they're separated or all together or whatever, just 3 gym days, no skipping, getting in there 3 days a week. So for 4 weeks. So for all of February, that's my goal. And then obviously to keep up with like the 1.5, 1.6 like pound weight loss. And not just weight. I want it to be fat, I don't want to just lose muscle either. So that's why I really want to make sure I'm getting in the gym, I'm getting my protein in, and I'm lifting my weights and stuff. So, but staying in a calorie deficit. So with the whole foods, the vegetables, and the protein as like the main source of what I'm eating. When I did go grocery shopping for this week, I did get some blueberries and some pomegranate seeds. So I'm going to try to, I think with the yogurt bars and the chocolate, I was craving a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to try to make sure I'm going to add in more apple, blueberry, and like pomegranate seeds to get that like sugar fix that my body's probably craving. So I don't reach for things like chocolate, which is okay. Again, like, dark chocolate or something like once in a while is fine. But like when you're trying to cut fat and you don't, it's not really something you want to be eating. And honestly, milk chocolate is just full of chemicals and it's just not good for you anyway. So a little bit of dark chocolate is okay, but the other kind, it's just poison, honestly. So I'm just going to try to remember that when I am craving it. And instead I'm going to reach for some blueberries, or maybe I'll go get some dark chocolate and have that on hand. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update. And then I'm going to end the slide. I didn't measure my waist. I don't even want to like tell you what, and this is not sucking in. I measured my waist at the beginning of the 3 weeks, but I didn't measure my waist at the end of the 3 weeks. And it's embarrassing. Like it's it's not okay. And I only say that because like your waist size, is an indicator of like visceral fat around like your organs and things like that. And then the deeper fat. So it's just not something that it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a 20-inch waist or anything like that, or 23-inch waist. Obviously there's a ratio that's good for your height and your body and stuff like that. But, you also don't want it to be super large because that's a lot of fat around your organs. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'll just keep that start waist measurement and carry it in through this next series, this next 4 weeks, where I go to the gym consistently. So it's all about consistently hitting the gym days. And at the end of this 4 weeks, I'll measure my waist and see from the very beginning to after this next 4 weeks of consistently going to the gym, and see the difference with my waist measurements, as well as, of course, body progress photos too, which I will share here with you guys and be 100% honest, 100% transparent. I'm not going to edit anything. I'm not going to, pinch or squeeze things in. I'm not doing it because that's not fair. And it's not cool, like in today's day and age, to like mess with people's brains like that. So I want to keep everything very real, very honest. That's why and nothing against people that wear makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup, so I'm not going to be putting a lot of makeup on for these videos. You get what you get. I'm not going to edit my face. And that's something that I also, in my other accounts, I'm not going to be doing. Not that I did it a lot, but I was using some filters like a year or two ago. And I just realized that when I looked back at those photos, I didn't even recognize who that person was. And it was really sad because I wanted to look back and see, like, you know, what I looked like 2-3 years ago. And I'm like, but that's not even me. Like, I didn't even look like that. And it also sets you up to feel bad now in the present, especially as we get older. You know, if like you're gonna look back, I'm 36 years old and I'm gonna look back at, you know, when I'm 32, and it's like this unrealistic image of myself. Okay, so I was talking too much, my phone cut me off. That's it, I'm done. I'm gonna post the before and after photos now. You guys can see for yourself, just switching up your diet and eating the correct foods. It made a huge difference, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.